Welcome back to the Courtside Podcast, everybody. I am your host, Ki-Hung Lee. In this week's episode, as you can see by the title and thumbnail of this video, we're recapping games 1 through 5 of the NBA Finals. Discuss why I think the Knicks needed this championship. I'll also be discussing what I think the Spurs should do this offseason. We're also going to be grading every single NBA team based on how they performed this season and more. Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell. 3, like this video and comment down below who you think is going to win next year's title. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So let me get this out of the way. I was gone for quite a while, so I apologize if I haven't uploaded anything in like the past 2 weeks. This is unfortunately going to be my last video of the year, I guess, because right now I'm on summer. So like I want to be able to like avoid recording during the summer. That I know that sounds really like, kind of weird considering that we just started summer, but like I don't want to record like in July or August is what I'm getting at. So this is my last video, and you won't see me until maybe September, but we'll see. All right, so let's start with game one. I mean, game one, this was a really weird game, I would say. It's been a while. Obviously, Jalen Brunson had 30 points in this game. Cat was decent. He had 18 points. OG Anunoby had 17 points. And Mikal Bridges had 9. And their bench was led by Landry Shamet, who's been an absolute demon in this playoffs moving forward with 13 points. As for the Spurs, I mean, Wemby was decent. He had 26 points. Julian Champagnie had 16 points. Stephon Castle had 17 points. De'Aaron Fox had 9 points. And their bench was led by Dylan Harper with 16 points. Next up, we got game two. And I actually didn't get a chance to watch this game, but this game was absolute cinema. You got Cat going for 21 points in this one. Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson both going for 20. Um, OG Anunoby had 17 points, and their bench was once again led by Landry Shamet with 13 points. As for the Spurs, I thought Wemby played really well in this game. He had 29 points in this one. De'Aaron Fox had 20, Devin Vassell had 14, Stephon Castle had 14, and their bench was once again by Dylan Harper with 15 points. Next game up, we got game three, and this game was really like crazy. I mean, you got Wemby in his first game in New York for the finals. He had 32 points. Stephon Castle was balling out. He had 23 points. De'Aaron Fox was okay. He had 11 points. Julian Champagnie had 12 points. And Dylan Harper, despite taking 18 shots, he had 13 points in this one. As for the Knicks, I mean, Jalen Brunson was great in this one. He had 32 points. Josh Hart had 16 points. Cat had 11. OG Anunoby had 28 points. And their bench was actually this time led by Jordan Clarkson with 10 points. Next game up, we got the Knicks and the Spurs. And honestly, I feel sick because I watched the first half and then the second half was just a whole different beast. You got Wemby going for 24 points, De'Aaron Fox with 18 points, Devin Vassell with 18 points, Stephon Castle at 13 points, and their bench was led by Dylan Harper, who's been amazing. He had 21 points in this one, but it wasn't enough. As for the Knicks, I mean, this was the OG Anunoby show. Yes, Brunson was amazing, but OG had 33 points, Cat had 13 points, Jalen had 16 points. And their bench was led by Jose Alvarado with 8 points. And finally, last night's game, we got the Spurs and the Knicks. This game was actually really slow. Like, I was talking to my brother the other day, yesterday, and I told him how slow this game was, and he was kind of shocked by it. You got Jalen Brunson going for 47, 45 points in this one. Mikal Bridges had 14 points in this one. Josh Hart had 13 points. Cat kind of struggled a little bit. He had 2 points. OG had 12 points. And their bench was led by Landry Shamet with 5 points. As for the Spurs, I mean, Wemby did everything he could to win this game. He had 19 points in this one. Julian Champagne had 14 points. Devin Vassell, 12 points. But the real MVP of this game was Dylan Harper. He had 25 points in this one. So let's talk about the Knicks, because they won the title in this one. And like I said in the beginning, they needed to win this title. And I know people are wondering, like, what do you mean by that, Keo? And like the NBA like has had a different champion over the past 8 years. I think the Knicks deserve this title, not because, they haven't won a title in like 53 years or something, but because I think this team, like, it was gonna be one of those, like, if not now, when? Because you look at the East this year, the East was kind of weird this year. Like, you got Detroit, who was the number one seed. Cleveland was up and down. I know I'm doing the 6-7, but up and down. Boston was like good, but like, were they good? Great. Philly was decent. Indiana was like, they had to win it. And I think now when you look at the East, I think the Knicks should be up there as the favorites to win it all next year. You know, I do think they're going to return some of their core pieces back. Do they? I don't think they're going to go after Giannis because they just won the title. But I do think though this team is now going to be very interesting, But those are my thoughts. Now, as for the Spurs, like obviously, yeah, this is heartbreaking if you're a Spurs fan. But you gotta look at it from this perspective and think that this was an amazing season for this team. Like, think about it this way. If you would have told, like, let me ask you this question. Did any of you guys pick the Spurs to go to the finals? Unless you're a Spurs fan. I certainly didn't. I wanted them. If, like, Houston didn't make it, I wanted San Antonio to go because I didn't want OKC to go back to back, you know? So I know Spurs fans are a little sad, and I've actually read some of their comments on Instagram. They are ruthless, But I do think though that like Wemby's coming for bloodshed this upcoming season. He's coming for war, you know. And I do think that he's gonna win a title. He's only 22, so he has plenty of time. The Knicks, they needed it just because, if not now, when? So what are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys agree with my take on the Knicks winning why the Knicks needed to win the title and the Spurs, like how it wasn't time yet? Let me know in the comment section down below. So now we're gonna get into our NBA grades for every single NBA team, you know. So here is the grades. We have the A plus range, we have the A minus, we have the B plus, B minus, C plus. You guys know how this goes. So let's start with the Pelicans. I'm actually gonna go with D here just because I thought like the second half when they got DeJounte Murray back, they got better. Obviously they didn't make the playoffs or the play-in, but their record, like they got a lot better when they got DeJounte back. Blazers. I'm gonna go A minus. I know Blazers fans want me to give them an A plus. Yeah, but like you watch that playoff run against the Spurs, they had the lead for 3 out of the 4 games in this one. And like to me that was kind of unacceptable. But hats off to them. They really outperformed this year. They played really well. OKC. I know they didn't go to the finals this year, but I hate talking nice about them, but they deserve an A plus. I mean, number one seed for what is it, the third or fourth straight year in a row, which is insane. SGA won MVP, like A plus, Rockets, F. Like, I'm gonna be generally honest with you, like this team was probably one of the more disappointing teams I've seen this year. With KD and the burner accounts, this and that. F. Lakers, A minus. They humbled me a little bit. I know my Uncle Tony's probably wondering like why didn't they get an A plus? Look, they played really well this year, you know. But yeah. Oh, the Nuggets. F. Again, another team that I thought was going to be really good this year, but what like disappointed in the playoffs. Clippers. I'm gonna go C just because like they started off really bad, but then they turn it up towards the second half of the season. So I'm gonna go C plus. Timberwolves. I guess B plus. B. I'm actually gonna do B plus to B minus. So like C plus to C minus, you know, and obviously D to D minus, and then yeah. I'm gonna go B. I thought they played really well this year. You know, I'm sorry, I'm really tired, you guys, but I thought they played really well this year, you know, and I think they're gonna be good this upcoming season. Warriors, where do I go here? I'm gonna go D just because they've just been up and down the better half of the season. So I'm gonna say D plus right now. So I would say D. Grizzlies, F. I mean, I don't I'm gonna say this in like later in this video. I don't know what their plan is for this offseason. I'm gonna be generous. I don't know. The Mavs. I'm gonna go C minus. Cooper was amazing in this season. You know, they got a top 10 pick this year. Like, I think this team is gonna be okay, but I think time is running out. Kings, F. Like, I mean, what can you expect? Like, this team was like doesn't is in like outside the lottery, and they're one of the most financially screwed teams. The Suns. I'm gonna go A minus. This team kind of exceeded my expectations a little bit, especially with how things went down last year, heading into this year, when everyone thought they were gonna be a bottom feeder. Not so fast. The Spurs. Yeah, I'll give it to them. A plus. This team right now, you know, looked great all season long. It's just that like they just ran out of gas, man. I think they just ran out of gas and their youth showed why they couldn't win it. Utah, I'm gonna go A minus. Like I know it sounds crazy, but they got the second overall pick, and I think they're gonna be good next year. I think they're gonna be good. How good? I don't know. The Cavs, B. All right, they did really good this year. I will say that they did pretty good this year, you know. But they have a very weird offseason coming up, so I don't know. The Celtics. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna give them an A plus. That like if you asked anybody how do you think the Celtics are gonna do this season? A lot of people did not think they were gonna do well this year. All right, so I think they deserve the credit in the world. The Knicks, A plus, they just won the title. Pacers, I mean, given the fact that they're like, I'm gonna say maybe like I would go A minus. I would go B. I would go um I don't know. I'm gonna go F here. I know it sounds really weird because they lost a lot of players, but like I don't know. Bucks, that's an F. I mean, this team, like I'm just waiting like for the Giannis news to come out. Pistons, A minus. Like I know they like I mean, I know they lost in the second round, but like the fact that they got the number one seed, you know, is impressive. Magic, I'm gonna go C plus. I'm gonna go B minus. They played really well this year, you know. Now I think, excuse me, they have a more interesting offseason, you know. But like, what do they do this offseason? That's yet to be seen. Miami. I'm gonna go C minus. I just it's hard to predict how good Miami is, because they're always hit or miss. But I would say that the Hawks. I'm gonna go B. They actually did really well. They actually I know they went home in the first round, but they fought hard in that series against the Knicks, man. A lot of people are saying, is it upset alert time? The Bulls. D, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Bulls. They didn't yeah, I don't know what to make of them. Raptors, yeah, I'll give it to them A minus. They kind of humbled me as well, you know. The Nets, I guess a D, I don't know what they're gonna do this offseason. Probably get younger. I don't know. Sixers, A plus. All right. I know Embiid was kind of in and out of the lineup towards the like second half of their playoff run, but they shocked a lot of people. Hornets, that's an A plus. I thought they were amazing this year, even though they made the play, and a lot of people were saying this team was gonna be another lottery team. So yeah, and finally the Wizards. I'll go B minus just because they got the number one overall pick. That's my thoughts. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right. And now we're gonna get into our off-season needs for every single NBA team. Now keep in mind, these are my own opinions. So if I say something that you guys already have, sorry. All right, so we have the tier list, which is they'll be fine, run it back. Then we have, I mean, they can do something, but what can they do? They need this, meaning they need, let's say a point guard or like a stretch or big, they need to do something. Then we have we added a new tier actually. I added this morning. I generally don't have any clue just because their team is really weird right now and they gotta do something and then blow it up. It's time. All right. So let's start with the Grizzlies. Blow it up. It's time. It's time to trade Ja Morant. All right. Clearly, I don't think he wants to be in a rebuild. You have a lot of picks. I think the Grizzlies they gotta blow it up. The Hawks. I mean, they can do something, but at the same time, I don't think they need to do much. I really like what they did this year. Bringing in vets. I think they're gonna be good. You know, the Nets. I generally don't have any clue what the Nets are going to do this offseason. You know, I think the Nets right now are in this weird spot where I generally just don't have any clue. The Celtics, I generally don't have any clue either. If there's one team that's a contender that I don't know what's going to do this offseason, it's the Celtics. Hornets, they'll be fine. I like where their roster's headed. I think next year they might lose for the playoffs, but that's all time will be said. The Bulls. I mean, they can do something, but I just think they're gonna just get younger and younger. That's what I think is gonna happen. Cavs, just run it back, Cleveland. You don't need to do anything. Just run it back. I think this team's gonna be fine, but I just don't know what they're gonna do as well. Bucks, you guys know where I'm going. Blow it up. It is time. You know, Ugh, it's time. Spurs, run it back. You know. So I think I think they're gonna be, they're gonna run it back. I thought they played really well this year. They just need to run it back. Nuggets, I generally don't have any clue. I know I just said the Celtics, but the Celtics, the Nuggets, I'm probably gonna get to a few other teams where I just don't know what they need to do. Orlando. I mean, they can do something, but at the same time, I don't think they need to. They're fine. Raptors, run it back. They'll be fine. You know, this team's gonna be fine. The Rockets, they gotta do something this offseason. I'm generally curious. Dead serious, they gotta do something. Rockets. Just run it back. I know a lot of people are like really like hesitant about the Rockets, like trading KD and whatnot, but like just run it back. Utah. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. I like where this team is like constructed right now. I think they'll be fine. The Clippers. They need this. They need to get younger. I think they need to get a lot more younger, trade most of their keep some of their vets, but they need to get younger. Lakers. I generally don't have any clue what the Lakers are gonna do. Obviously because the Lakers right now are in this weird time frame where they could win now, but also they can win later. It's complicated. The Pacers. I mean, they can do something, but I don't know if they need to do anything. Mavs, they need this. I think they need a point guard. They need a point guard, and obviously they have, I think, a top six, seven draft this upcoming summer, so they gotta get a point guard. Phoenix. They'll be fine. I think this team is one of those teams where I think they're going to be fine. The question is, what kind of offseason moves are they going to do? I don't know. Miami, they got to do something this offseason. Miami is like, I made this analogy with the NHL. They're like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the LA Kings of the NBA. All right. They're good, but they're not great either. Timberwolves, they got to do something. I don't know what they're going to do. They got to do something. Pelicans. I generally don't have any clue what the Pelicans. I mean, the Pelicans. I mean, they can do something, but I like where this team is headed. The Knicks, they'll be fine. Sixers, run it back. Pistons, they need this. They need a secondary score on this team outside of Cade. Blazers. I generally don't have any clue what the Blazers are going to do this offseason. This is me coming back to the Blazers after all these years. I don't have any clue. The Kings, blow it up. It's time. The Thunder, just run it back. As much as I hate talking about this team, just run it back with this team. And the Wizards, I generally don't have any clue. So yeah, those are my off-season, you know, basics for every single NBA team. I know some of them look similar, but at the same time they don't. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I enjoy making this video. This is, like I said in the beginning, this is my last video of the summer. So I hope you guys have an amazing summer. I believe today's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to my own dad, but with that being said, I have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a great summer. Stay safe, stay warm. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.